마우 마마마우 마우 마우. 안녕하세요. 오늘 할 사건 한달 아래 사제 바로 들어가 보겠습니다. 예, 마지막이네 오늘. 근데 재밌었다. 나는 좀 이런 게임이 취향인가봐. 뭐 추리하고 막 이러는 거. 액션 게임보다. 아유. 근데 벌들 어떻게 됐지? 생각해보니까 키우던 벌들 다 어디가? 찾아볼까? 키우던 벌이 없어졌어. 이런. 일단 하품거리로 가봅시다. 되게 신기한 게 이거 배경 지나가는 거 원통을 이렇게 굴리는 느낌 들지 않아? 살짝 느낌이 그래. 여긴가? 여기 뭐지 얘는? 안녕하세요? 여기 아니네. 똑똑.
Locked.
똑똑. 여기도 잠겨 있나요? 뭐야?
Locked.
똑똑.
Locked.
똑똑. 다 잠겨 있네. 근데 이거 나중에 열 수 있나? 잠겨 있다는 거 보니까 열 수 있는 것 같기도 하고.
Locked.
이곳인가 보군. 많이 어두워. 왜 이렇게 어두워? 뭐야? 너무 어두운데? 뭐가 앞이 안 보이는데? 여기구나.
Please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Mr. Holmes,
엄지씨 아닌가?
is that you?
Good evening, Constable...
Constable Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes, back in
리퍼 사건
88.
때 같이
But
연관이
then
있던
this is
정관이군요.
nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the murderer, the weapon, and the statements, which speak for themselves.
Of course, Marrow. But you know that appearances can sometimes be deceiving.
목격자는 누구죠?
You spoke of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own statement. And then there were two other witnesses who said they saw the killer Chapman. Mr. Turner, a gentleman who lives in that flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over at the far side of the street.
맵이 좀
Who were the
생각보다 넓다?
victims?
The two men here, both shot. The Stad fellow was Brian Vercotti, a well-known ruffian. The other, Kenneth Butler, a jeweller by trade.
증언.
So, Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear your testimony.
I was standing at the north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street, where we are standing now.
That is correct. But I saw the two victims slowly enter Half Moon Street, and then shortly after, the fireworks started. A few minutes after that, the fellow Chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street. I rushed over there and I saw the two dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by two police constables.
실제로 사건을 본 거는 아니네.
Did you hear the shots?
I didn't hear any shots. The fireworks were all over the sky. They were so loud I couldn't hear anything else.
현장에 대한 세부사항.
Constable Marrow, what else caught your attention while you were running through Half Moon Street?
I saw nothing but rats, and I took the time to light every corner with my lamp.
뭐 총이나 그런 것들은 발견하지 못했나
And
보네.
what were the fireworks in honor of, Constable?
Well, but today's Queen Victoria's birthday, Mr. Holmes.
Ah, yes, I appear to have lost track of the days. It is May now, of course.
연립주택 착가.
Did you happen to look up at Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
Yes, I saw that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
Constable, your statements have been of great value to me.
브라이언 브레코퍼. 손.
He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not instant.
바로 죽지 않았다고? 그래?
The bullet penetrated his stomach, a dreadful wound.
손 이쪽 손.
A tattoo from Westgate Prison. Vicotti must have done some time there.
교도소에 수감된 적이 있고. 또 뭐가 있을라나?
Brian
굉장히
Vicotti
고통스러웠구만.
suffered greatly. What a terrible way to die.
케니스 버틀러. 근데 둘은 왜 그릇? 끼어 있는 물체. 나무 조각.
A piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look.
어허.
This shard of wood is quite new.
일단 가지고 갑시다. 아까 그릇은 뭐였지? 머리에
The
총을
bullet
맞았는데?
struck his head. This man didn't stand a chance.
열쇠라니.
This is an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it opens.
적인가? 당신이 목격자인가요?
I'll do
Yes.
anything to save my brother, Mr. Holmes.
라이언
Good
터너.
evening, Mr. Turner.
I heard Constable Marrow reply to you as Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective gentleman? I've heard of you. And well, I know things about this evening.
Excellent. Might we hear your story?
엑설런트. 당신의 얘기를 들려주시겠습니까? 과연 이 사람은 어떠한 사연을 갖고 있을까? 뭐지 이건? 기념패, 방한모, 크림 전쟁. 3전 용사시군요. 하지만 역시 본인대로 너무 안 좋고. 버물이니까 범인이라고? 킹지적 가심 한번 해보겠습니다.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
I was already in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after, I clearly heard 2 gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I quickly got up and I grabbed the lamp from my nightstand and I rushed towards the window. I looked down and I saw 2 bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
Well, near this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
총성이 있었다고? 경관은 총성 못 들었다
Were the
그랬는데?
2 shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow. It seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
That is an interesting comment.
두 번째 총성이 첫 번째 총성보다 크다 그랬지. 그럼 첫 번째 들린 건 멀리서 쏜 거고 여기서 가까운 데서 쏜 게 두 번째 총성이라는 거잖아.
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
용의자가
Mr.
도망갔지.
Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with the gun might return, so I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the Half Moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I saw.
You have helped us a great deal, Mr. Turner.
Great deal. 불 꺼진 창가. 터너가 봤다는 게 맞을까? 안 봤... 불화일 수도 있는데? 그니까 창가에는 아무도 없다 그랬어. 의심되는구만. 그리고 총성이 들렸다 그랬는데 경관이 거짓말하진 않을 거 아니야. 아닌가? 총성이 들렸다 그랬는데 경관은 총성 못 들었다 그랬거든? 폭죽 때문에. 집 앞이라 들을 수도 있긴 한가? 일단 이 사람이 목격자고 여기로 가면은 뭐가 있지?
Lock.
이쪽으로 갈 수 있나? 왠지 못 갈 것 같긴 한데. 못 가지 역시. 여기도 락. 어? 여기는 왜 잠겨있다고 안 함? 뭐야? 저쪽으로 가기 전에 이거 한번 볼까?
This mirror is turned towards Half Moon Street.
여기도 가면 이렇게 되겠지. 그렇지. 아주마이, 당신의 증언은 무엇이오?
Mrs. Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony, but very well.
뭐야? 이 사람은 용의자가 아예 아니네?
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, a young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost, and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him, because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
또 다른 경찰관이 바로 뛰어나왔다.
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
지금 총성을 들은 사람은 그 빠빠이밖에 없어.
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
My thanks to you, Mrs. Powell. Locked.
여기서 뭐 증거를 더 찾을 수 있는 게 없지 않나? 문 스트리트. 여기 못 들어가나? 못 들어가네. 분명히 지금 다른 진술을 하고 있어.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your
근데
investigation,
경관의
Mr.
말은
Holmes.
경관의 말이 더. 두 명의 용의자가 더 있다고? 이거는 왠지 모자 쓴 거 보니까 그 거지인 거 같고 한 사람이 더 있네.
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime, is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
That
그럴
is
리가
very
없을 텐데.
interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel. We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
뭔가 숨기고
Allow
있어.
me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
Please follow me.
Mr. Turner appears to live very modestly.
이 집에선 과연 뭐가 있을까?
This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago.
1시간 전에 넣었고 됐더니 불타버린 종이뭉치. 역시 뭔가가 있어.
The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here.
하지만 홈즈라면은 어떻게
These words are illegible.
알아볼 수 있지 않을까? 아닌가?
The papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago.
저 종이뭉치가 뭘까?
The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
지팡이. 어?
A perfect match. So,
Oh.
Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims.
구라를 치고 있어요. 이쪽 창문이 아닌가?
Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshots.
자기는 시체한테 다가간 적이 없는데 다가간 적이 있고.
This kitchen knife is quite sharp.
부엌칼, 잔해, 자에게 조각난 종이? 뭐지?
There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table. This kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
저 자른 종이를 찾으면 되는데 그 종이가 저거겠지?
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler.
여기서 시체가 잘 보이긴 하네.
Vercotte's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
어허. 침대에서 일어나서 창문을 여서 아래를 내려다보고 그리고 신체 근처로 다가간 다음에 무언가를 가져와서 이거 아닐까? 아니 총소리가 아니 무슨 일이지? 이 노년에 내가 이거를 이렇게 들고 가야 된다니. 총소리 난 거 확인하고 빨리 감기 하면 어떻게 되지? 이렇게도 볼 수 있구나. 내려가서 시체를 두리번 뭔가를 꺼낸 다음에 칼로 종이를 쌀게 썰고 불 태워버렸다. 이건 것 같은데?
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
책! 책!
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look. Well now, what a find! A precious jewel, concealed inside a book.
이게 뭐지?
A bracelet with a unique ram's head design, a distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
얘 그냥 도둑놈인가? 아니 그러기에는 뭔가를 불태웠는데? 그러기엔 뭔가를 불태웠는데.
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
하지만 절름발이인걸?
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your
책
injured
자른 걸
right leg.
태웠다?
It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Time can pull tricks on you.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital
저
that we
구멍을
have your
뚫으려고
complete
책을
and true
잘라가지고
statement.
그럴 수도
Mr.
있겠다.
Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
넌 구라야. 이 팔찌는 그럼 뭐지?
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the
얘는 그냥
cobbles.
단순하게
Constable
종도둑인가?
Marrow was unable to see you in the window as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
이것도
You made a
선택해야 되나?
mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
팔찌에 대해서 조사를 해야겠구만. 얘는 그냥 종도둑인가 그럼? 그런가 본데? 그러니까 그냥 종도둑인가?
Mr. O.
경찰국에도 가가지고 저 물어보긴 해야겠다. 나도 저 거울이 몹시 의심스러워. 저 조사를 해보면 나오겠지. 골동품. 화학. 동물, 흉터 및 상처, 범죄학, 무술, 기호 및 상징. 아닌데? 역사학으로 가야 되나? 역시 머머리는 이게 어디라 그랬지? 오마라
That is
그랬나?
not the one I need. That is not the one I need. That is not.
공학, 경제학, 예술
That is not the one I
이거
need.
아닌데? 약학도 아닐 거고 그거 신문인가? 아니 그럴 리가 없는데? 보고서 신문이면 날짜가 나와 있을 텐데.
That is not the one
이거
I
아닌디?
need. That is. That is.
뭘로 봐야 돼? 진짜 신문으로 봐야 되나? 하나씩 다 찾아봐야 되잖아, 진짜. 빌린 그리스 시대 보물
That is
도둑맞다.
not the
이거
one I
아니네.
need.
웰링턴
That is-
빈지털이 이거 아니고.
That
미술협회
is-
아니고. 여왕제의 50년에서 아니고 이거 아니고. 잠깐만 주홍색 연구? 주홍글씨라고 있지 않나? 시리즈 중에?
That is not.
미라 아니고 말라리아 그증 유산 상속회 입법 아닌데? 이거 뭘 봐야 돼 이거? 아니 이것도 이거 뭐야? 아까 이거 안 눌러봤나? 안 눌러봤나 오네. 전시된 희귀 보석류는 그리스 시대의 보물을 대표하는 미술품이다. 팔찌와 목걸이, 반지에는 각각 5개의 사냥머리가 묘사되어 있으며 모든 작품은 순금으로 만들어졌다. 박물관에 전시된 미틸린의 5사냥은 1885년에
Here it
공연당했다. 그렇군요.
I need to continue my research in my archives.
1885년이라 그랬어. 위험한 도둑이로군. 어제 저녁 대형 박물관에서 글래스퍼드 미술 전시회로 수송 중이던 그리스 시대의 보물들을 도난당하는 사건이 발생했다. 케네스 버틀러는 역사적인 미술품을 자신이 경영하는 처치가의 전당포에 판매하려 했던 사람이 있었다는 사실을 런던 경찰국에 제보했다. 경찰은 항구를 통해 런던에 빠져나가려던 빈센트 폴리라는 도둑을 검거했다. 그리스 시대의 보물을 운송하던 마부가 그의 얼굴을 확인했다. 수감 중인 빈센트 폴리는 나머지 보물들을 어디에 숨겨뒀는지는 털어놓지 않고 있다. 경찰은 현재까지도 보물을 수색하는 중이다.
Here it is.
그렇군요.
One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
전당포로 그럼 가기 전에 한번 조사해봐야겠지? 진짜 범인인지 아닌지?
Mr. Holmes!
미스터
Whatever brings you here
홈!
so late at night?
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police. Or are there any new facts that we don't know about?
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The suspect himself is in custody.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
땡큐 미스터 레스트레이. 그러면 조사 신분증을 소지품부터.
A cheap watch, bought with his own money, no doubt. These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco. Nothing interesting. So
과연
this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon. It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder.
실린더. 딱 두 발이 없네.
2 out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots.
두 발을 썼다. 아직 시체가 배달이 안 했구만. 그렇다면은 한번 물어봐야겠어.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then
설마
that means you're...
당신이
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
일단 레이트 체프먼이 어떤 사람인지 한번 봐야겠군. 흉터. 길거리 출신이니까 그럴 수 있지. 손수건, 사무용정, 사무직이야? 사무실 직원이야? 어허. 그래도 직업이 있었구나.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw 2 men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
허허. 얘는 이제 걔가
So you
도망을
might
갔다고
still have
말을
had
하네.
time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand though. I took it. And then I followed the third man.
총을 그러니까 자기 게 아니라고 지금 주장을 하는 거지.
Interesting. Pray continue.
I turned a corner and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the
아까
police.
그 거울 때문인가 보다.
But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping in all that mess. Perhaps I was still half blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man.
그래도 생긴 건 알 거 아니야.
Are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps it's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away.
발소리가 들리지 않았다는 거는
Perhaps it was because of the
그
fireworks or
거리에
the
있었던 그
surprise of me
아줌마도
seeing him.
그 사람이 지나가는 걸 인지하지 못했을 수도 있지.
Leighton, I confess I am puzzled. Why should a young lad like you take a gun from the hands of a dead man and set off in pursuit of a probable killer?
I know. I keep wondering that, but at the time it was like a reflex. A criminal ought to be arrested, and he was armed.
You were willing to risk your life. That was a little foolish, unless you wanted revenge.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
어허. 복수일 때일 수도 있어. 왜냐면
I'm sure that you were, but I believe that you may have recognized one of the victims, Brian Vercotti. You knew that gentleman well, did you
그래,
not?
같은 문신이 있었어.
However could you know that?
You have a typical tattoo of the Westgate Brotherhood upon your hand. I observed exactly the same mark upon Mr. Vercotti. You came to know him from your sharing a past prison sentence. Am I correct, Mr. Chapman?
God. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Oh God, you lied.
Would you tell me a little about Brian Vercotti?
We were convicted for a robbery. Once in prison, both of us joined one of these fraternities.
역시 아는 사람이었구만.
During that year, we tried to help each other out, you know?
You were quite young then, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we were. We'd only stolen a pound of meat. After we were released, and when I saw what my little brother had become, I decided to work towards living an honest life.
And Vercotti?
He had a hard time. His sister had died in a Whitechapel dispensary while he was in prison. He had no family anymore. Our paths split. He fell back into crime.
So you lost him?
Yes. And for around 2 years, I heard no news of him at all.
We shall see you soon, young man.
2년 동안 연락이 없었다. 근데 총알은 2개가 비어있고 2명의 피해자. 이중살해. 오래된 친분. 뭐야? 하프문거리 살해 사건은 레이튼 챕먼의 개인적인 원한을 비밀로 벌어지는 소동 아니지 않나? 레이트 챕먼이 진술했던 정체불명의 남성은 자신의 죄를 덮으려고 창조한 가상한 지금까지는 챕먼이 그냥 범인이었다 쪽으로 몰리고 있지만 여기서 또 뭐가 나올지 모르죠. 명백한 증거. 이러면 그냥 챕먼이 범인 아니야? 여기서 이제 두 차례 총성이 서로 다르게 들렸다고 진술했는데 이는 사격 지점이 다를 경우에 발생할 수 있는 상황이다. 선원은 총성이 2차례 들렸다고 진술했지만 실제로는 3발의 탄환이 발사되었다. 첫 번째 탄환이 발사된 직후 2정의 권총에서 동시에 탄환이 발사되어 그렇게 들렸던 것이다. 오, 이거는 또 조사를 볼 만한 뭔가가 있어. 그랬을 수도 있어. 이럴 리는 없고. 그럼 지금 확인해봐야 되는 거는 이 동시격발이랑 근데 이거 골라보면은 쥐잉 하면서 체프몬 그렇지. 이러면 체프몬이 그냥 범인인 걸로 나오네? 하지만 그럴 리 없지. 사망자 손에 쥐어진 게 2발이면은 이 동시격발이라는 거지. 총 3발이 발사가 됐고 그 피해자가 피해자가 한 발을 먼저 쐈어. 그리고 이제 살인자랑 피해자가 동시에 또 한 발을 탕 쐈어. 그래서 이제 피해자한테는 2발이 이제 써진 거고 살인자는 한 발만 쏜 거지. 확인해 볼 게 많이 있네. 일단은 법과 레이튼 체프먼은 위긴스의 형으로 나이는 20대로 보인다. 거리에서 자라난 그는 웨스트게이트 형무소에서 갇힐 만한 범죄를 저지를 정도로 성미가 급하다. 현재는 길거리 생활을 벗어나 런던의 어느 상점에서 종업원으로 일하고 있다. 근데 내 예상은 그거, 만약에 이제 얘가 범인이 아니라면 내 예상은 그거야. 그 얘 손에 있었던 그 문신 있잖아. 그 무슨 형제단. 그 형제단 2명이 그 피해자 중 한 명인 그 이걸 들고 있었던 애를 찾아왔어. 그리고 얘 이거 내놔라. 니 녀석 이거 내놔라 이러고 찾아온 거야. 그래서 얘를 이걸 들고 있었던 사람이 자기를 보호하려고 총을 한 방 쐈어. 그래서 형제단 중 한 명인 내가 이제 복부에다가 총을 맞았고 쓰러져서 옆에 있던 사람이 총을 쏘려고 했는데 이제 이걸 들고 있던 애가 같이 쏜 거지 동시에. 그래서 들은 거는 총알이 그 사용된 이 피해자가 이제 사용한 거는 2발이 되고 들린 총성도 2발이 되고. 심리적 가심. 가볼까? 그랬을 수도 있지. 왓슨 왜 넌 안 따라와? 뭐 머리? 말? 어? 어라? 뭐 머리 2발? 버틀러 여긴가?
Mr. Butler's key matches the lock perfectly.
정확하군요. 들어가서 확인해 보겠습니다. 여기부터. 뭐지?
Crampons and a sharp ice axe would only be brought here by a mountaineer.
그렇지. 버틀러가 버틀러 샵의 열쇠를 갖고 있는 건 당연하지 않을까? 뭐가 또 있을라나?
A flare
분홍탄
pistol.
발사장치.
Perhaps it was pawned by a destitute sailor.
그럴 수도 있고, 그리고 그 빛이 심했다 그랬잖아. 이 조명탄일 수도 있어.
It looks as though Mr. Butler kept a careful record of his operations.
꼼꼼한 사람이군.
The ram's heads. This necklace belongs to the 5 rams of
그럼 이제
Midland
반지가 어디 있는지만 찾으면 되나?
Interesting. That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time, 10 years after the theft.
브라이언 베르코티의 편지. 케니스에게 4개의 순양 머리가 새겨진 고대 그리스의 순금 장신과 3점이나 있다고 그랬잖아. 혹시 아직도 가지고 있나? 어떤 녀석이 그걸 애타게 찾고 있다는 소식을 전해주려고 이렇게 편지를 쓴다니. 현찰로 두둑히 준비해뒀다고 그러더구만. 물주전소까지 만나면 주선해줄 테니 내 몫으로 종만 떼어주기나. 일요일 저녁 불꽃놀이가 시작하기 전에 대려변과 맞닿은 하프문거리에서 기다리도록 하겠네. 브라이언 베르코티. 오호. 피해자가 브라이언 베르코티거든. 빈센트 폴리가 설마? 어허. 그렇지, 하나씩 나오고 있어. 볼까? 절도 혐의. 하프문거리 살인 사건은 도난당한 그리스 시대의 보물들을 사이에 둔 다툼으로 인해 벌어진 소동이었다. 팔찌는 현장으로 지켜보던 터너가 챙겼던 것으로 밝혀졌지만 반지는 hen방이 묘연한 상태다. 개인적인 원한. 아니 이건 것 같아. 절도혐의. 근데 등반 도구가 얘가 갖고 있으면 왜 얘가 죽었지? 일단 반지를 레이트 체포먼이 안 갖고 있다는 거에서 범죄가 이 진짜 살인자가 아닐 확률이 있지. 뭐야? 이게 끝이야? 아닐 텐데 뭐가 더 있을 텐데. 여기는 못 들어가나요? 여기요? 하프문 거리로 다시 가볼까? 아 아니지 이거야지. 케니스 버틀러 브라이언 베르코트가 서로에게 총구를 겨눴을 가능성도 남아있습니다. 시체를 조사하고 상황을 제안할 수 있고. 시체 조사를 하는구나. 오케이. 시체 조사를 하려면은 여기로 와야지. 맞아 가자 왓슨. 자네의 도움이 필요하네. 존나 어둡구만.
What's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
어허. 한번 조사를 해봅시다. 권총을 쏜 사람 선택하기. 그렇다면 저쪽에 뭔가
A fairly long pole with a forked end.
장대? 뭐야?
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp. A fairly long pole with a forked end. This should be useful.
한번 조사를 해봅시다. 오, 탄은 있어.
This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
저게 아마 맞을 거야. 왜 그러냐면은 터너가 진술한 거 중에 총소리가 두 번째 총성이 첫 번째 총성보다 크게 들렸다고? 잠깐만. 근데 그럼 두 번째 총성이 더 가까운 데서 들렸다는 소린데? 저게 맞나? 이게 맞으니까 이게 이렇게 됐겠지? 서로에게 총구를 겨눈 케니스 버틀러와 브라이언 베르코티는 죽음을 맞이하고 말하다. 현장에선 한정의 권총이 사라진 상태다. 모습을 감춘 누군가. 레이튼 체프먼은 외투 입은 남성이 갑작스레 사라졌다고 진술했다. 진술 속의 인물이 실제한다면 세 번째 탄환이 발사됐다는 사실과 현장에서 두 번째 권총이 사라졌다는 사실을 증명할 수 있다. 어디서? 아, 메로 경관?
Constable Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before, and try to find me.
Understood.
아, 내가 메로우 경관이 돼가지고 찾아내면 되는 거구나.
I can see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
여기서 아까 그거 들고 등반 도구 그거 들고 오면 숨을 수 있겠는데? 다른 장소에 숨다고 했죠?
No, this is not how I walked at the time of the crime. I was more attentive. Let's start over again.
무조건 찾아야 되는구나. 뒤에서부터
I
갔구나.
shouldn't look for Mr. Holmes here. He's hiding in Half Moon Street.
여기 있구만.
Here you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
딱 등반 도구 갖고 오면 될 것 같은데. 이번엔 여기입니까? 아니면 저기입니까? 여기도 아니고 여기도 아니고 저기도 아니고 여기도 아니고 이쪽도 아니고 이렇게도 아니지만 왠지 이쪽에서 이렇게 딱 돌리면 어딘가에 이렇게.
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you at all.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the street.
하하. 하지만 전당포에서 등반 도구랑 너를 찾는다면? 등반 도구를 찾아라. 여기 다 있었지. 마지막 스토리인데 왜 쉽게 끝날 것 같냐? 여기 있죠?
These tools are exactly what I need to climb the wall.
그래서 근데 마지막 그 사람은 어떻게 찾아? 조명탄. 다 뒤졌나? 다시 하프모문거리로 가보자. 아무리 생각해도 레이트 체프먼 진술이
Why are
맞는
you
것 같긴
looking
해.
at me all the time like that?
I'm just watching you, lad. I never know what to expect from people like you.
People like me?
Yes, street beggars and thieves.
I ain't a thief.
Oh, no? Then where did you get whatever it is that you're gnawing on? I very much doubt that you bought it.
What ain't seen can't hardly be stolen.
현경 그득그득 경관. 현경 그득그득 경관.
Constable Marrow, Watson, I would like to perform another kind of reenactment with your help.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
I want to check if Leighton's testimony can be trusted. If someone could vanish into thin air at a specific moment.
But Holmes, I don't see how.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Leighton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him before he was blinded by the flash. Watson, you will be Leighton. When I fire the signal flare, you should start to chase me.
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did. Just, please, wait 5 seconds after the signal flare. I doubt that Polly Powell would have screamed any earlier.
As you say, Mr. Holmes.
Let us begin then. Catch me if you can.
Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can이래. 어허. 벽 타고 오르기, 벽 타고 오르기. 어느 벽을 타고 올라는지를 봐야 되는 건데? 어느 벽을 타고 올랐을까?
The streetlights fall directly on this wall. Not an ideal spot to escape the crime scene, it is also directly in front of Polly Powell. This wall is cast in shadow. It would be difficult to see anyone scaling it.
아니! 오! 오! 차!
I can barely see anything.
으아! 차! 흐이!
Holmes? Are you there?
차! 네가 아무리 찾아봤자 안 나갈 거야.
Where is he? My God, a man can't just disappear like that. Holmes? Holmes? Where are you?
I cannot see you, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
Don't worry, gentlemen, I am up here, above your heads.
How on earth did you get up there, Holmes?
I am using crampons and a climbing axe, although the person we are looking for did not leave any traces of such tools. Constable, is there any way to get to the top of this building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you. The door to the building can be found from Whitechapel Street.
Gentlemen, I am on my way down.
화이트채플의 문으로 들어가면 된다고? 일단 여기 다락방을 조사하시오. 허허.
These shards of glass are from the window above.
이쪽에 유리 조각. 부서진 창문.
It's empty.
It's empty.
A
검은색
cluster
실.
of thick black threads. They're unusually strong. I should examine them under the microscope.
그리고
Someone
부서진
broke through the
창문.
window to get inside the attic, but in his haste he ripped his jacket.
바깥에서
We can
안쪽으로 들어온 건
conclude that the
확실하구만.
person whom Leighton saw climbed up the wall, broke into the attic window, and escaped through the hatch.
허허. 이것저것 다 맞춰지고 있어요. 그래서 이 거울은 뭔데? 레이튼의 무고함. 레이튼 체품의 진술대로라면 외투를 입은 정체불명의 남성은 하프문거리에서 벌어진 살인사건의 유력 용의자임을 분명하다. 일단 얘를 찾아야겠지? 쟤를 찾으면 근데 또 신문을 해야 되잖아. 그러면 또 주저리 떠뜨겠지? 자기 아니라고?
Let us take a closer look.
초점 조절하기. 이것은
It is
무엇인가?
not a thread, but a hair. I very much doubt that it is human. I need to compare this sample with a human hair and a horse hair. A shaving brush is usually made from horsehair. Watson, could you please pass me your shaving brush?
Here you are.
Watson, look, what's outside the window?
아 설마.
I don't see anything. Ouch! Holmes.
Oh, don't make such a fuss. One little hair.
아 심지어 흰머리 뽑았네.
Human
인간의
hair
머리카락
is significantly thinner than the black sample.
또 아니고
The
말의
horse
갈기도
hair
아닌
is
것
thinner
같은데.
than the hair that we found. So, this black hair belongs to an animal, and it is larger than a horse. A hair from a large and exotic animal.
말보다 몸집이 큰 애가 누가 있지? 많지 않은데. 그게 많지가 않은데. 이거 같아. 한번 찾아볼까? 눈속임. 레이튼 체프문에게만 목격되었던 남성은 벽면을 타서 범행 현장을 빠져나왔다. 솜씨 좋은 고개 단원인 모양이다. 피해자의 사용했던 두 번째 곤충을 호지했을 가능성이 높다. 거기에 반지까지 갖고 있다? 그러면은 명확하죠? Wiggins?
Wiggins, my lad, what are you doing here? You'd best be leaving and be quick
얘네
about
계속
it.
얘한테 시비 거네.
I've done nothing wrong. You'd learn more by watching Mr. Holmes. He knows exactly what he's doing. Not like you.
Oi, watch your tongue.
뭐, watch your tongue. 너는 행동을 좀 조심해야 될 필요가 있지 않을까? Wiggins?
Mr. Holmes?
We have good news for you, Wiggins. The investigation has proven very interesting so far. We found facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins, we need your help.
Anything you like, Gov.
I need you to locate a circus that has stopped over in London. It needs to have disposed of at least one exotic animal, a very large one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
다음날 아침 이른 시각 위긴스는 과연 찾아왔을
I do
것인가?
hope that those children don't get into trouble, Holmes.
Don't worry, Watson. I predict some news in 7 seconds.
Mr. Holmes, we found it. Here it is.
And this
코끼리.
is a young Indian elephant, the highlight of the show. Duval Brothers, a well-known travelling circus that is currently stopped in London. I believe that is exactly the type of circus we are looking for. I'll pay it a visit.
뭐야? 다 사라졌네?
Hey, you! Stop right there.
Good morning, sir. Pardon me, but why am I not allowed to walk around here?
Because it's private.
Well, I only wanted to meet the artistes.
You're wanting to apply for... Nah. You don't look like the type of artistic
유랑-
lockpicker that
아무튼.
we're looking for.
You might be surprised.
What? Nah. I don't think so. Clear off.
유랑극단 사람이 굉장히 나를 안 반기네. 왜일까? 왜일까?
You're a bit slow. You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? You're a bit slow to catch on, eh?
왜일까? 왜 이렇게 나를 막아내는 걸까? 아, 변장하라고? 무성한 털과 지저분한 옷까지 신분을 숨길 수 있는 모자. 오랜만에 변장이구만. 이게 도대체 몇 화만의 변장이야. 지저분한 뭐? 뭐 어떻게 변장하라고? 무성한 털과 지저분한 옷까지. 신분을 감출 수 있는 모자. 이런 거? 정답은 뭐뭐리라고? 수염이 덥수룩하여서 얼굴 완전 덥수룩. 좋다. 좋다. 이거지. 그리고 누더기 옷. 강도 복장, 밝은색 정장, 회색 정장, 녹색 정장, 갈색 정장, 검은색 정장, 형상복. 강도 복장이구만. 좋아. 전편의 부원장 아니냐고? 그럴 수도? 뭐야, 이동이 안 돼.
Spectacles are unpopular among thugs. I don't want to arouse suspicion.
아, 뭐야, 벤실이 치장하지 않는다고? 안경 때문인가?
Stay where you are. What are you doing here, and where is Sherlock Holmes?
Calm down, Watson. Take deep breaths now. It's me.
Thank God, Holmes. I can't get used to your disguises.
Thank you, Watson.
원장처럼 하지
That
않지,
means
맞아.
I am ready to go.
좋아, 일단 왔으니 속았으니 얘네도 속겠지. 계속하기.
Who are you?
Who are you?
What's your
못하지.
My name is Nigel. I'm here to open the locks.
Talented, eh? Let's see. Go inside the marquee and show yourself to Charles Foley. And I'd highly advise you not to trick him. Got that?
I've got it.
뭐 알아볼 게 있나? 조사할 거. 한번 싹 둘러보고. 어라, 여기가 맞나? 뭐가 있나? 의심되는 게 없구만. 이런 것도 옆에서 한번 살펴보면 아무것도 없죠.
So, everything is here just as you asked. And what about the money?
Some of the barrels are wet.
Transportation issues, it couldn't be helped.
Whatever. We'll be here after midnight to pick up the supplies.
I want to be paid first.
No. You'll be paid after we make the transfer, as I said.
Right.
I hope that no one saw you. The police are on the lookout.
Of course not. I'm a professional.
Glad to hear it. Be ready for tonight then.
뭔가가 또 있어. 폭탄을 화약통을 가지러 왔다고?
This wooden barrel is damaged. It is difficult to say what is inside. There is a spot on this barrel that was intentionally painted out. The
문장.
crest of the Honorable Artillery Company. Could it be gunpowder? I need to be sure. Judging by the fractions and the scent, I can confirm that it is, in fact, gunpowder. The barrels are roughly clustered. It seems as though they were brought here in a hurry.
나 화약이 있네. 그래서 여기에 서커스 단원들이 화약을 가져올 이유가 뭐가 있었을까? 이거 어디로 가야 돼? 여기로 가는 것도 아니고. 인쇄기, 벽보.
From lambs into lions. Those are words of encouragement and defiance.
반란이라.
That's a picture of a contemporary gentleman wearing a Robin Hood hat. Interesting. This poster was clearly made to fire up rebellion amongst the people. This printing press is old, but still quite capable of printing hundreds of pages per day.
허허,
There are
이구대왕의
enough
벽보라면
posters
런던을
to
반쯤
paste
뒤덮을 수
across half of
있겠어.
London's walls.
살인사건을 조사하러 왔더니 갑자기 폭동사건에 휘말려
Powder
버렸구만.
kegs, a printing press, and a great many blank papers. All of this was stolen by the Merry Men quite recently. And these poster samples. I am quite sure it is not a coincidence. The Merry Men are planning some sort of sabotage.
Stop right there. Who are you?
Are you Charles Foley?
Maybe.
They say
Maybe.
that I can open any door.
Do they now? We'll see that lock near the chains on the table over there. Open that.
얼굴이 마음에 안 들어. 열쇠. 최근에 입은 부상을 입었고, 총. 반지 같은 거. 어? 도난당한 전시품. 일단 얘가 갖고 있어요. 어허. 굉장히 수상쩍어. 심지어 고개 사이기까지. 일단 자물쇠를 조사해봅시다. 네, 지금까지 열쇠를 땄던 경험으로 보아 이 열쇠는 이게 맞아. 그리고 그리고 얘는 이게 맞고, 그리고 밑에 거는 일자가 있겠지? 그렇지. 그렇지. 쉽구만. 그동안 있었던 퍼즐들보다 쉽구만. 일단 이 남자가 범인일 것 같긴 해. 하지만 아직 증거가 부족하다. 또 다른 사건과 연루가 돼 있어.
Well, they're right. What's your name?
Nigel Shirley, from York.
Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
잠깐만.
It's a long story. I met your brother, Vincent the Butcher Foley, in prison. He told me all about his betrayal and all about you. Before I was released, he told me that you might find a job for me one day and pay me some money for me craft.
Well, he died 7 days ago in prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. The traitor has paid the blood price for it.
어쨌든 넘어갔어.
And you'll do the job anyway, because I need a talented lockpicker. I know just where to search for his legacy.
It's all about the Hellenistic treasures, isn't it?
Osh, you fool. Now, listen up. You'll come with us tonight, and you better mind yourself.
Us? Wait, who's coming then?
Billy, Jack and me.
And what will I get for that?
We'll share the loot. The one you seem to know about.
Right.
Wait for us at the abandoned manor house on a corner of Ladbroke Grove and Kensington Park Road at midnight.
Deal.
노팅의 저택. 아무튼 그렇대. 도둑질 하는데 결국에는 쫓아가게 생겼어. 근데 이거를 테니스 버틀러가 쫓아다녔다고?
Here I am at the manor. Somewhere inside it are the Hellenistic treasures. This lock is quite old. It shouldn't be much of a challenge.
하지만 나 자물쇠 따기 장인에게는 이 정도쯤이야. 어렵지 않지. 이게 맞나? 왠지 이게 맞을 것 같은데? 그래, 맞아. 어허, 왠지 이게 맞을 것 같은 느낌적인 느낌이 들어. 아닌가? 아니야, 맞아. 이거. 그렇지! 완벽해.
I need to find where the safe is hidden and lockpick it.
금고를 찾아라. 금고를 찾아라. 금고를 찾아라. 금고를 찾아라. 그 전에 증거가 될 만한 뭔가가 없나? 열 수가 없네.
This cupboard is an absolute mess.
뭔가가 있어.
Several books have fallen from the shelves. It seems as though this cupboard can be moved. I'll give it a try.
그렇지.
So, that's the lock I must open tonight. Let me see.
어우, 야. 살짝 더 복잡해졌네. 하지만 이 정도쯤이야. 나 홀록 홈즈에게는 아무것도 아니지. 잠깐만. 이렇게 가야 되나? 많이 복잡하네. 좋아, 이거다. 이거가 뭐지? 으아, 이거 아니고, 이것도 아니고. 잠깐만, 이것도 아니네. 이렇게인가? 아, 이렇게인가 보다. 이렇게. 근데 그럼 이거는? 이렇게일 리가 없는데? 아, 이건 이렇게인가 보다. 이건 이렇게고, 그럼 이거는 옮길 필요가 없고, 이거를 옮겨서 어라? 이게 아닌가? 어디가 안 맞는 거지? 뭐야? 맞았어.
What a surprise! Another lock. And I won't be able to pick it. I recall that precious key around Foley's neck. It might prove a decent fit. I suppose they hired me to only open the first lock. Let us wait for the thieves, trap them, and find out. Let us check the thieves' possible escape routes in the event that they are caught off guard by the police from the front door.
Front door.
What a surprise.
또 뭐가 있지? 조사할게. 왠지 뭐 남아있는 것 같은데. 아닌가? 완료했네. 열지를 않아가지고 그런 건가? 아무튼 탈출로가 있는지 확인해 볼게요.
Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape.
어허. 여기는
This should be useful.
이게 유스풀이라고? 계단은 왜? 아!
One step on these beads, and our thief will go flying. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined. Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape. Any thief who finds his way upstairs will roll down very quickly.
좋아. 여기는 됐고. 뭐 다른 데 탈출로가 있나? 다른 탈출로도 좀 볼게요. 그러니까 도둑이 집에서 도둑질을 한다. 어허, 여기는 막혀 있어서 안 되고. 혹시나 또 여기로 탈출하면?
This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency.
어허, 그렇다면 이거는
A solid rope.
이 밧줄로
This door leads to a kitchen, which holds the shortest route to the back door.
물품 분충분, 우주의 물건, 우퉁이.
This should be useful.
내가 직접 이렇게 함정을 설치해 놓는 거야? 세상에.
The door is now blocked. The door is now blocked.
그럼 밧줄은?
This should be useful. The door is now blocked.
오, 이런 게 또 있어. 에이. 이렇게도 할 수 있겠구만. 여기는?
The ground floor window is a perfect way to escape the police.
여기는 뭘로 막아? 이걸 밀어가지고.
This works very well. No one will escape through this window now. The door is now blocked.
뭐야? 이 쪽문도 있네?
There is no ladder. If anyone falls here, he will need assistance to get out.
그렇다면 뭔가 더 있으면 돼. 찾아보자. 뭔가 더 있어야 돼. 갈고리. 샹들리에.
I wonder what this old chandelier is doing on the floor. It looks as though it was poorly attached. I suppose that the thieves already tried to open the lock with this formidable hammer, but they were unsuccessful. Now, if anyone takes the hammer, the rope will uncoil
야, 이
and
정도면
make the
살인장치
chandelier
아니야?
fall.
이 정도면 살인장치 아님?
If he runs through the dining room and takes a sledgehammer to force open the door, the chandelier will knock him down.
기절할까 과연? 기절 맞아? 저거를 또 어떻게 해야 되는데 저거를
The thieves won't attempt to escape through the front door if the police are right behind
또
it.
뭐가 있을까?
This should be useful.
그러면 이거를 가려두면 모르겠지?
Now, it's not an open hand, just a nice carpet on the floor.
뭐지?
I should
나홀로
walk
집인가?
carefully here, else my plan will be ruined.
그러니까 나홀로 집인 줄.
Now, if the thief runs through the kitchen, he'll pay a surprise visit to the cellar. The traps for my circus companions are all prepared. I can leave now, but I'll return later with Charles Foley and his companions.
이제 범죄자를 잡을 수 있겠구만.
Police! Police!
야, 목이 부러진 것 같은데?
Stop where you are!
Where are they?
Trapped, Watson, with your assistance.
How so?
놀라 자빠졌어.
You sounded just like a real Bobby, my dear fellow. You startled them into the traps.
I did?
I assure you, Watson, it was quite an entertaining show. They will not escape the house now.
You scum!
And this is the pistol used for the murder in Half Moon Street.
How'd you know about that?
Have you closed the case yet, Sherlock?
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Did you follow
근데 왜
me?
마이크로프트가 여기서 나타났지?
Sherlock, it may seem that I used you, but you should be pleased to know that you have served our queen well, in this instance. So now, let us catch the big fish. But
This man is not one of the merry men.
No.
Then why exactly are we here, Sherlock?
This gentleman, Charles Foley, has been involved in a double murder, and the hunter of a set of valuable antiques, the Hellenistic treasures, which disappeared in a theft many years ago.
You're no better than the coppers.
이 빌어먹을 배신자 자식. 그럴 리 없죠? 오! 유물들을 찾았다.
Holmes, that is incredible. The Hellenistic treasures.
Indeed.
Nothing but trifles. Where are the merry men?
I don't know why you are asking me, Mycroft. They are yours to find.
I'll see you soon, dear brother.
What a beautiful...
Don't move, you flimflammer.
이 범죄자 형씨들. 도난당한 금고. 숨겨놓은 전시품. 버려진 노팅힐 저택에서 발견한 비밀 금고에서 1885년 도난당했던 그리스 시대 보물들 중 일부가 발견되었다. 그렇다면은 잠깐만. 왜 하나가 더 있는 것 같지? 이거 왜 이렇게 안 이어지? 찰스 폴리는 그리스 시대의 보물을 훔치려다가 하프문거리 살인 사건의 용의자가 되었다. 레이트 체프먼은 해당 사건의 목격자다. 이게 끝이야? 리얼로 이게 끝이야? 그런가 보네. 이게 끝인가 봐. 마지막이 마지막이 좀 그렇긴 한데 일단은 폴리의 복수극. 찰스 폴리를 강도객의 주동자로 기소한다. 살인 사건에는 직접적인 관계가 없으므로 형량을 감해줘야 한다. 얘가 아까 그 반역자들이랑 공모하고 있었잖아. 그 화약통이랑 그 인쇄 그걸로. 그래가지고 얘네 잡으러 온 것 같은데, 찰스 폴리는 비정한 복수극을 계획하고 실천에 옮겼을 뿐만 아니라 고대 유물들까지 훔친 악독한 범죄자다. 교수형에 처해야 마땅하다. 그래, 이걸로 가볼까?
Charles Foley, you committed the crime of premeditated murder and of theft. You will be severely punished for your deeds.
반전 틀려야 된다고?
Pitiful. You Scotland
설마
Yard dog.
이게 틀릴 리가.
Save your words for the gallows. I'm sure the journalists will love them. I shall leave now, Watson. Gentlemen, please take our friends here into custody.
Where are you going?
I have unfinished business. I'll see you at Baker Street.
또 뭘 한다는 거지? 아, 설마.
Be careful with the lamps. Don't bring them too close
아,
to the
다른
barrels.
거구나.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Who's there?
That is of no importance. What matters is who you are and the plans that you have here.
So you can stop us from carrying them out?
Eventually, yes.
Hey, careful. You'll blow us all up.
I'm listening.
We are a group known as the Merry Men. But I suppose you knew that already. We are the men who've already lost everything of value in their lives. We are ruined shopkeepers. We are workers who were fired from their jobs. Honest people who were robbed. We were forced out from our homes and thrown onto the street. And all of this in the name of the so-called law. The laws that were set out by our government. The laws that make the commoners only more vulnerable and the wealthy more protected. We are not only from the British Empire. Some of us are from the new lands, America, Australia, and we are many.
이런 사람들 특
still,
법을 없애야 된다고 해서
and we
법을
are
없애려고
merry for that
쿤데타를
to stop being
일으켜놓고서는 지들이
For
이제
those
정권 잡으면
powers
법
that
세우고
be had done their best to plant the fear inside our
모순적인 새끼들.
souls, and we accepted it so easily. The fear advised us to keep our heads bowed. It prevented us from fighting. Bankers and politicians, they own our lives, our work, our bread, and they push us to compete between each other just to see who may serve them better. But in the end, they are the few, so they are weak. They are nothing without their titles. We should not fear them. Our so-called masters should fear us instead. The time has come for our group to stand tall. Our great and many merry men. We are going to blow up the London Stock Exchange. No life shall be lost. But ownerships, debts, and property titles? They shall all be destroyed. They're only papers, after all. So many people will be freed over this night.
That is a radical step to take. What result do you truly expect?
Chaos. But soon people will understand that they are free, and that they don't belong to anyone.
아이고 완전
They will be able to
너무
work for
선진적인
themselves,
사상이군요.
together, without letting the rulers dictate what to do,
그러니까
and finally
자기들이 피해자로 남고
justice
싶지
will
않다는 소리잖아.
arise.
What you are intending to do is a crime. It is not justice.
How do you see
가만히라고.
justice then? Kids go to prison for a loaf of dry bread. And how many lords do you see punished for stealing from their people, sending them to their deaths in mines or overseas to fight for land? Our masters wouldn't hear us. So now it's time to sing the song of the merry men. Will you let us do our duty?
아 이것도 선택지야? 모른 척 해주겠냐고? 어? 아니 나는 저런 급진파 되게 싫어합니다. 저걸 눈 감아달라고? 그래 네 사상은 알겠어. 근데 미친놈이세요?
When people fight the order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
그래서 저 혼란이 됐을 때 피해를 보는 사람들한테는 뭘 해줄 거지? 그런 생각도 안 했잖아. 그냥 자기가 피해자니까 아무튼 난 피해자고 되고 싶지 않아. 나는 패배자가 되고 싶지 않아. 빽 이거 아니야. 자 핑계는 멋있는 말로 치장을 해놨지만 핑계죠 그냥. 그래서 스토리가 어떻게 진행되는 거지?
So, you're interested in Russian literature now?
Quite, lately.
It is an interesting book. I remember a few lines.
Really? I tried reading it myself, but I had a hard time understanding it.
Yes, Doctor. It's about intelligence. Sherlock, I vaguely recall one of the lines. Sometimes it takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. There were also a few words along the lines of pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. Tell me, does my brother show any signs of
동의하지
pain or
않음을
suffering?
무건으로 흐음으로
Not that I know
표현하는.
of.
Because you see, Doctor, behind all of his masquerade, my brother does possess a deep heart. So deep that he does not recall where he places his love.
Well, I'm sure that...
His love and his duty that, in the first place, should be directed towards the Empire. For without it, we would be nothing. A country filled with uncivilized men.
And the Empire needs order and discipline. It has no room for chaos.
People who commit crimes, or at the very least intend them, deserve punishment, Sherlock. Without justice, there can be no civilization.
But we serve the truth, not justice.
Your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry men are to be stopped.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop them yourself. Only make sure that you don't create 10 more merry men
갑자기
by
게임이
arresting the
철학을
one.
Good night, Dr. Watson.
아니 갑자기 게임이 철학을? 아니 게임 잘 나가다가 왜
Anything in the
분위기가
post,
가쁜
Watson?
철학?
Any clients worthy of our attention?
Only a second reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our new neighbour. She urges you to
그러니까
remove
갑자기
your...
좌파고
Oh, I
철학.
don't care about that.
Holmes, the lady who will be moving in shortly has requested the use of our spare room to place all of her boxes.
Wait, what? A lady?
이렇게 다음 화를 예고를 하고 폴리의 복수 맞죠? 근데 마지막 거 너무 쉬웠는데? 이거 굳이 볼 게 있나? 마지막 거? 보긴 해볼까? 보기는 해봅시다. 그냥 틀려보면 어떻게 되나? 누가 봐도 이게 정답이지만 누가 봐도 이게 정답이지만 여기까지 와서 이거를 고른다면? 저건 사실 뭘 골라도 상관없는 거긴 한데 정답이 아니라서 그냥 날 도와준 위긴스를 위해서 라고 생각하고 한번 골랐습니다.
Leighton Chapman, you did commit a double murder in Half Moon Street. It was due to a long-held grudge against one of your victims, Brian Vercotti. However, your brother Wiggins came to me. He needs you as much as you need him. I have faith that you will not err again, so I have decided that you shall avoid a harsher fate.
But no! It didn't happen like that!
We have solid evidence, Chapman. You cannot deny it. A crime is a crime, but Mr. Holmes has convinced us to ease your sentence. Don't make us regret it.
Mr. Holmes! But you promised to save him!
그렇군요. 이러고 끝나네. 뭐 아까 그 좌파우파 얘기는 아예 안 나오네. 근데 사실 이렇게 끝나는 게 맞는 것 같기도 하고. 아 게임이 마지막에 와서 갑자기 잠깐만 규탄한다. 맞아 규탄한다. 아 게임이 마지막에 와가지고 갑자기
Charles Foley, you committed the crime. You will.
잘 나가다가 갑자기
Be careful.
Eventually, yes.
Hey, we were. But
이번에 아니야 이렇게 하자. 네 원래 골랐던 선택으로 가겠습니다.
When people fight the order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
뻥! 뿜! 마지막 스토리는 뭔가 좀 그렇다.
Your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry men are to be stopped.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop.
Good night, Dr. Watson.
Wait.
일단 마지막까지 봐봅시다. 뭐가 더 있겠지. 사건을 종결짓고 새로운 의뢰가 있다고? 인성수치 중립. 근데 여기서 이걸 안 고를 사람이 얼마나 된다고? 3%. 범인은 얘가 아닌 애로 고르는 건 3%랍니다. 그렇다네요. 엔딩인가 아예? 잠깐만. 첫 번째는 틀려가지고 안 나오나? 일단 얘는 두 번째 범죄자였거든요? 아니네. 그냥 첫 번째 거도 나오네. 그냥 순서가 뒤섞여서 나오는구나, 스토리가. 의 능력? 그 첫 번째 말고 다 맞췄잖아. 근데 첫 번째 말고는 다 쉽긴 했어. 아무튼 내가 못 맞추면 어려운 거. 튜토리얼을 들려본다고? 이거 왠지 이거는 다음 시리즈 예고하는 스토리 나올 것 같지 않아? 일단 기다려볼게요. 저번에 타이니티나 때는 안 나오긴 했는데 이번에는 나올 것 같아. 최와 폴. 봐봐, 뭐가 있다니까. 계속하기. 이러고 메인이 나온다면 조금 슬프겠지? 인터레스팅. 그렇군. 뭐야, 이게 끝이야? 잠깐만, 이거 계속 이러고 있는 거야? 리얼? 불안당 전단지. 놀랍게 그지없는 사건이다. 앞으로는 됐어. 이 끝이야? 아무튼 게임 엔딩 봤습니다. 마지막에 스토리 풀어내는 게 조금 갑자기 좌파우파 가려내고 좀 정치적인 그런 경향을 내세워가지고 뭔가 뭐가 조금 별로긴 한데 게임 자체는 재밌네요. 이게 아마 2012년이었나? 2016년도작인 것 같은데. 안녕하세요 선생님. 2012년도작이었나? 2014년도작이었나? 아마 대충 그랬던 것 같은데 옛날에 이제 제작된 지 한참 지난 거에 비해서는 그래픽도 나쁘지 않고 볼만한 그래픽이었던 것 같아요. 조작감 빼고는 꽤 재밌게 준수하게 했던 것 같습니다. 이게 얼마였는지 기억이 안 나긴 하는데 대충 한 3만원 정도면은 재밌게 할 만한 게임이지 않을까? 그 정도 생각이 드는 퀄리티네요. 아무튼 엔딩 봤어. 이거 ESC 나가보자. 이거 메인 나가지나? 그렇네. 하, 아깝다. 좀 뭔가 아깝게 됐네. 이거 다음 시리즈가 잠시만 스팀으로 봐볼게요. 다음 시리즈를 내가 갖고 있나? 나 몇 개 갖고 있는데 셜록 홈즈. 갖고 있으면은 내일 그것도 한번 해보기로 하고 안 갖고 있으면 뭐 어쩔 수 없지 뭐. 생긴 게 좀 다르지? 잠깐만 이게 아닌데? 내가 지금 어딨니? 여기 있다. 이건데 2014년이네 출시. 2014년인데 14년에 나온 거에 비해서는 꽤 퀄리티 좋게 있던 것 같아. 딱 3만원대네. 봐봐. 80%야 세상에. 이게 뭐야? DLC? 할인 언제까지야 이거? 3시간 남았네? 어? 뭐라? 뭐라? 얘 다음 시리즈가 뭐지? 이게 2021년 거. 이게 전작이구나. 이게 전작이네. 왜 RPG야 근데? 왜 RPG로 이것도 설마 RPG로 분류돼 있니? 아닌데? 한번 볼게요. 셜록 홈즈. 다음 게 맞네 이게. 2016년 거. 셜록 홈즈 챕터 1. 요게 아까 이제 DLC 판매하던 건가? 맞네. 잠깐만. 나 근데 지금 구매가 안 되는데. 다음에 할인할 때 한번 노려봐야 되나? 나 왜 뭐를 근데 갖고 있다 그러지? 아무튼 간에 프로그웨어스에서 만든 게임이고 굉장히 재밌게 했습니다. 이거 다음 시리즈가 어디냐? 나 지금 갖고 있는 게 맞는 것 같으니까 내일은 이거를 해보자. 셜록 홈즈 하는 김에 시리즈 갖고 있는 거 쭉 해보고 구매를 할 수 있으면 하고 싶은데 아마 이것까지 끝내고 끝내면 아마도 뭐 하려고 그랬더라? 마인크래프트나 아니면은 디아블로 4 준비하는 김에 패스 오브 엑자이든 그런 루팅 RPG를 한번 할 것 같습니다. 이게 근데 이어지는 건가? 생긴 게 완전히 달라졌는데? 아니 이 상품 페이지를 가보면 되지. 생긴 게 아예 달라진 것 같은데? 생긴 게 아예 달라졌는데 생긴 게 아예 달라졌지만 이게 이어지는 게임인지는 모르겠어요. 이어지는 게임인지는 모르겠는데 아무튼 그 경감은 똑같이 생겼네. 아무튼 경감은 똑같이 생겼으니까 다음에는 이걸로 한번 찾아오겠습니다. 그러면 다음에 봬요. 빠이.